Well, good morning, boys and girls. How are you today? Did you wake up to the sound of rain and thunder this morning? It was amazing. I love thunderstorms. I know they might be a little frightful and scary for some of us, but it's really an amazing thing when everything comes together and that takes place. So I thought we would talk about thunderstorms this morning. Just a little science lesson since we have been out of school. We haven't been able to do science. So I was laying in my bed thinking, hmm, what do I have on hand that I can teach them a little bit about thunderstorms? And so I had paper, I had markers, and popcorn kernels. And you might say, what does that have to do with a thunderstorm? Actually, nothing, but we're going to pretend that it's ice. Okay? So, first of all, um, water, there's a water cycle, and we're not going to get into the water cycle. We just talked about that a little bit in school, but we know that the water evaporates, it goes back up into the air, and it gets absorbed by the clouds. Well, all of those little droplets of water go into the cloud and they become ice. This is where my popcorn seeds come in. Let's pretend that these are droplets of water that have returned to the clouds and have become ice because it's cold up in the sky. So here is all the little particles of ice that return to the cloud as water. And they are in the cloud getting tossed around. They're moving all around, and the cloud gets full and it gets more and more of those ice particles. Now, not only will the cloud burst and rain will start returning to the earth again, but also because the ice particles are moving around, they are creating energy. Yes, energy. They are actually creating energy in the cloud and down on the earth. On the earth, they're creating positive energy around tall things like buildings, trees, even people. So that's why when there's a thunderstorm, you have to really be mindful about being inside because lightning can be very dangerous. But anyway, so my cloud has turned into a storm cloud and it's overflowing with all of this negative energy that it needs to get out. Well, all of those little particles of ice that are rubbing around and touching each other and creating friction or they have to come out somewhere. And so what happens is the cloud gets a little hole in it and the lightning comes out of the cloud. And when the lightning comes out of the cloud, it makes a loud boom sound. And that's where your thunder comes from. It is the sound that the lightning creates when it is escaping from the cloud. It makes a hole and it goes out of that hole so fast that it makes that big rumbling sound. And it's just amazing to me how that all works together. And so that's our little lesson on where thunder comes from. It is the sound of ice particles that have created friction and they have to escape. They have to come out of the cloud because they can no longer stay in there. It's too crowded. And so the ice particles burst out of the cloud as lightning. And when they burst through the cloud as lightning, it makes a sound. That is the sound of all of that um, electricity and air leaving the cloud, and we get those big rolling booms of thunder. So there's our little science lesson for the day. And I thought I would read you a book that has been a favorite of my family's for many years. And we would like to thank Scholastic for allowing this reading of the book. All of the publishing houses have worked so hard to provide us guidelines on reading to our students because they understand how important reading is. So I appreciate their willingness to allow us to share the stories with you. And this one is called The Little Mouse, the Red Strawberry, and the Big Hungry Bear. And it's written by Don and Audrey Wood. And Don Wood is even the illustrator. That means he drew these pictures. All right, let's read. Hello, little mouse. What are you doing? Oh, I see. Are you going to pick that red, ripe strawberry? Oh, I skipped a page. But, little mouse, haven't you heard about the big, hungry bear? Oh, how that bear loves red, ripe strawberries. Uh-huh. The big, hungry bear can smell a red, ripe strawberry a mile away. The little mouse is frantically trying to get his strawberry off the vine, especially one that has just been picked. Boom, boom, boom. The bear will tromp through the forest on his big, hungry feet and sniff, 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 find the strawberry. No matter where it is hidden or who is guarding it, or how it is disguised. Quick! There's only one way in the whole wide world to save a red, ripe strawberry from the big, hungry bear. Cut it in two. Share half with me. And we'll both eat it all up. Yum! Now that's one red ripe strawberry the big hungry bear will never get. The end. All right, that's our story for the day. I hope you enjoyed that story. Like I said, it's been a favorite of my family's for years. Um, I hope you enjoyed our little science lesson. What I would like for you to do is to draw me a picture of a thunderstorm, what it looks like to you in your mind. I really enjoyed our science lesson. It reminds me that we have to look at different ways of doing things because our days are different right now. We're not together at school, we're not seeing each other, but it doesn't mean we can't learn. So while you're stuck inside today, think of some different ways to have fun. And you might want to take a look at Go Noodle, um, Blazer Fresh. They have the water cycle dancing song on there. It'll be a great song to do with our little lesson on thunderstorms. And if your parents are busy and they say you need to wait, you can handle this. You can do that. Just take a deep breath and wait. And when they can help you with it, they will. All right. It was great talking to you. I miss you. I wish you well. Bye bye.